On the night of May 19, 1986, the calm skies over southeastern Brazil turned into a battleground of mystery. In a matter of hours, what started as a routine night became one of the most significant UFO events ever recorded, involving multiple jet fighters, 5 experienced pilots, and over 20 unidentified flying objects tracked by radar. The story you're about to hear is not just another UFO sighting. It's a military-grade encounter documented, confirmed, and to this day, unexplained. At around 8 p.m., air traffic controllers in São José dos Campos began receiving reports of strange lights hovering in the skylights that didn't correspond to any known flight paths. Commercial pilots, civilians, and even police officers from multiple cities like Sao Paulo, Rio de Janeiro, and Goiás were all seeing the same thing. These weren't shooting stars. They weren't weather balloons. These were brilliant spheres of light, changing colors, shifting directions mid-air, and moving at speeds that would tear any human-made craft apart. At the Integrated Center for Air Defense and Air Traffic Control SINDACTA, technicians confirmed what the civilians were seeing. Their radar screens lit up with more than 21 unknown objects. These objects appeared, vanished, reappeared, sometimes flying information, other times scattering like intelligent swarms. The Brazilian Air Force didn't hesitate. They scrambled 5 fighter jets Mirages and F-5E Tigers out of Santa Cruz, Anápolis, and other air bases. 5 trained military pilots, some with combat experience, were now chasing what could only be described as an aerial anomaly. What happened next is the kind of stuff that would make any movie script feel tame. As soon as the fighter jets closed in on the radar contacts, the objects began to react as if they were aware of the jet's presence. They accelerated to over 3,000 kilometers per hour, then dropped altitude instantly, made 90-degree turns without losing speed, or simply disappeared off radar, only to reappear miles away within seconds. Captain Armindo Souza Viriato, one of the pilots that night, had a visual lock on a glowing object. He tried to pursue it, but the object suddenly climbed vertically and vanished. His voice, recorded in real time, expressed sheer confusion. "I can't explain it," he said. "It's as if they're toying with us." In another instance, Lieutenant Kleber Caldas Marinho was flying at high speed when he saw a red light that he couldn't catch up with. No heat signature, no engine noise, just a presence moving intelligently, unpredictably, and silently. And it wasn't just pilots and radar operators. Multiple airports across the region reported the same radar contacts, including Rio de Janeiro's Galileo and Sao Paulo's Congonhas. Civilian air traffic came to a near standstill. The military shut down parts of the airspace, fearing a potential invasion or something worse. By midnight, the UFOs began to disappear, but the silence that followed was filled with unease. What had they just witnessed? Why did these objects appear simultaneously across such a large region? And how did they manage to outmaneuver the most advanced jets Brazil had at the time? The next morning, the Minister of the Air Force, Brigadier Octavio Moreira Lima, made a public statement. In an unprecedented move, he confirmed the event had occurred, calling it something serious. He said, On record, we have over 20 confirmed radar contacts. There was no aggression, but there were maneuvers we can't explain. This was not imagination. It was real. For the first time, a government admitted, publicly, that it had been engaged with unidentified aerial phenomena. But despite this brief openness, the official report on the incident, more than 200 pages long, was classified for over 20 years. When it was finally declassified in 2009, the details were shocking. The report describes not just the radar logs and pilot testimonies, but also the intelligent responses of the objects, their simultaneous appearances, and the emotional impact on the Air Force crew. One part of the document reads, "The phenomena observed present solid characteristics and reflect intelligence by their ability to follow and maintain distance from observers, as well as to fly information." And then there's the kicker. We cannot ignore the possibility of extraterrestrial origins. Even the Brazilian UFO researcher A.J. Gaverd, who followed the case for decades, said that in all his years of investigation, he had never seen a case where military jets were so clearly outclassed. This wasn't an isolated sighting. It was a coordinated event involving trained military professionals, technological equipment, and hundreds of eyewitnesses. Skeptics have tried to explain it away. Some say atmospheric anomalies. Others say experimental aircraft. But no known technology in 1986 or even today can match what those pilots saw that night. What makes this case so terrifying isn't just the scale or the military involvement. It's the sheer helplessness of it all. 5 fighter jets, some of the fastest in Latin America at the time, were turned into observers chasing shadows they couldn't catch. To this day, the night of the UFOs remains a chilling reminder. We are not in control of our skies. And if these objects weren't from Earth, then someone or something is watching. But the real question is, why? Why were they there that night? Why Brazil? Why such a show of force? Were they studying us? Testing us? Sending a message? No one knows. But whatever they weren't ours. And they weren't afraid. If you felt the chill down your spine, you're in the right place. Subscribe to Eyes Beyond Earth for real unexplained encounters, UFO sightings, and secrets they don't want you to know. New videos every week. Like the video if you believe there's more out there. Turn on notifications so you never miss what comes next. And let us know in the comments, what do you believe really happened? Until then, keep your eyes open, keep your mind sharp, and always keep looking up.